All right, man, this is part 2, man. This is hot. I'm in California, y'all. But anyway, the thing is, I was saying on part 1 of the video that if they're not talking about freedom and independence, then they're talking that bullshit, man. That's real talk. We've been trying to be fit in, and the funny thing is, we don't fit in. We don't want to be. You know, we talk about, man, and I told you, this is some real shit, man. We talking black shit. We talking real shit. We talking community shit right now. All right. So the thing is, we talk about all everybody wants to say kings and queens. I even said it earlier about my daughters, and I want them to be queens, but they got to work for that. But we never go out and really figure out. We only want to fit into one system, an American system. That's the only thing we want to fit into. We don't want to learn what systems we came from, and then we don't want to create our own system that could work in collusion with the American system, right? We don't have to be fully capitalist. We could be socialist and capitalist, but whatever works for us, right? But we know, no. We want to fit in to the extreme. We want to fit into our oppressors. We want to be like our oppressors. We don't have a military. We don't have our men aren't protected. Don't have any type of militia set up. They don't protect the community from gangs, from bad elements. We don't protect our kids. We don't protect we don't set up institutions for our elderly. We don't set up systems that the bank won't let us use to get home ownership. We don't set up a system that we can borrow from each other that can create home ownership on a mass level. Malcolm X said mass. He talked about mass of African Americans. He didn't talk about a couple of people that's winning. I'll tell you a story, and this was in one of Malcolm X's speeches. He said that, and this still fits today, is that African Americans has been fit into tokenism, where back in the day they would sprinkle a little bit of, they would send some African kids to schools in Alabama, and you guys remember that, right? Alabama, and then have African American here and there, and then that was tokenism. He said that was something to appease us. And he said it's like when a baby starts to whine, and we all have babies. Then what do? We give them a pacifier. So it's the pacifiers, and they've been pacifying us for decades. Same thing happened with this Black Lives Matter. They throw money at everybody. They have Stephen A. Smith on SportsCenter talking about HBCU. I was disgusted. He ain't never talked about no HBCUs. They threw money. They had the NBA playoffs. NBA All-Star game in a pandemic because they wanted to make money, right? Off of the NBA players' backs, and they hid it under the gauze of, excuse me, it's hot in here. Under the gauze of giving the money back to HBCUs. That wasn't the case. They didn't care about it. They don't give a fuck about the HBCUs. And then HBCUs took the money, just took it. But then can I get mad at HBCUs for taking the money because we don't give them money? African Americans don't put in the work to come together and say, you know, we've been knowing HBCUs been hurt for decades, and we ain't gave them no money. We ain't came together and put $25 in the pot and go across the United States and say everybody get $25 in the pot and then give them $1 billion. That's how easy it is. Drug dealers, gamblers, workers, NBA players, all of y'all can do the same thing. $25 could have stopped that. But nah, man, the white man sees some issues, we're gonna sprinkle a little sprinkle. We're gonna sprinkle a little something here. And then we're gonna send our little minions out there, Stephen A. Smith, all these people on SportsCenter, all these black people talking. The lady, the lady, I don't even know her name, the lady that works for Biden. Oh my God. the young African American woman. I'm proud that she's doing her thing. She's another one. The thing is, I'm not hating on nobody. Do your thing. I'm speaking to you, African American people, black people, people with the mud. I'm not gonna be like, oh man, there's no affluent men, there's no affluent women. You all black. You all are the guys of being a black person. We all gonna have to fight the same elements, because if you don't know, our numbers are dwindling because our households are separated. So now you have gays, you have transgender, you have all these other issues, these things that are competing, right, with procreating from two African people, African American or African people, to create another strong African American person. We don't have that, right? Which is okay. Everybody could be with who they are and what they want to be, and procreate with who they want to be with. But the thing is, I'm talking about to the African American people that want to date African American people, they need to start procreating, because we are not making